creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire.
Hey guys, just a really quick thing I want to say before I get started into this is thanks for the love and support. To be honest, I honestly it was kind of troubling to get back to so-called my throne, first Cowboy. It ever since the season reset, it was a little bit easier, mostly because I was able to find matches quicker. I was able to rank with a team and get into a full VC team, and it was a lot easier, to be honest. Not because of the whole VC thing, everything, but just because having teammates I can rely on, getting the members that I need, like a merc or a mech, sometimes even a seer, was really helpful. Me practicing and getting back into the flow of it after just playing different characters was a nice touch, and I was able to get points fast and get back on. If you by any chance see yourself up here as a top cowboy or former top cowboy, I just like to give you guys credit. It's hard. I know it's hard. Cowboy isn't easy anymore. They've definitely nerfed them, and it's so hard. People like Cats. Shout out to Cats, Bossy, Forsaken, Cabbages, Metal, Nick, Wrecked. You know, like these Cowboys I respect. I really do. And that's not me throwing shade at like other people, other Cowboy mains who are top 10 or maybe even were top 10. It's just that I know these Cowboys personally, and I know how hard they work, and it's nice to know that they really try, and I know that they definitely deserve a spot back up here if they were able to get the teammates and the VC and the etc. So a nice little shout out to them. But overall today, in today's video, I'm going to bring you guys 2 gameplays that will voice over the next clip. I will voice over 2 parts. One, Cowboy assisting and rescuing, and the other one's basically the same thing, but being patient. And you'll see me go against a Gamekeeper and an Ann, and you guys will just, you know, see me play Cowboy and support. I do have some Cowboy kiting videos, but those are later on. But for now, I want to bring you guys some Cowboy assistant gameplay. Please enjoy. Alrighty, first gameplay here is against a Gamekeeper. Now, I'm over here with my duo, John. John and me have been doing for a while, and we just been having fun trying to rank up, to be honest. Now, we do see Mech over here. Mech, I believe, key spawn or close to key spawn. So she's gonna put her doll down and try to hide because she has heartbeat. But unfortunately, the Gamekeeper is like right on top of her. He notices the doll, but he's not bothered. He wants the Mech. Unfortunately, Mech gets mind gamed here and takes a hit. So this means she needs to transition to ruins and try her best to kite. Now, while Mech is kiting, we see Ollie in hospital as priestess getting ready and decoding and any type of global portal setup. I'm over here decoding 3 pallet. I threw these pallets down for a reason, because if the hunter comes to me, I can just vault it and leave. And John's always decoding statue. Now, Mech ends up going down, and this is a pretty early down, especially with this type of team. You have a Cowboy at 4 that's kind of a little bit slow, but we do have a mechanic, so this could work either way. Now, the Gamekeeper wanted to put the mechanic near John's cipher at statue, but he was afraid that John was stunned, and John ends up getting a nice stun on chair. But he realizes that he doesn't want to insta rescue. He wants to waste some time a little bit before he rescues, which is super helpful. So now you see John trying to get ready for the save, avoiding hits. He knows he swings, gets the free rescue. Ollie calls the global portal. Now, the Gamekeeper doesn't hit John because he just wants to chip him. He wants to chip him in case he does harass later on. And what you'll see from here is that he'll break the global portal. He doesn't want him to escape. And so what John's going to do here is just doing his best to harass. He's just going to harass, being at safe distance, waiting for her to get into his trouble situation. He sees that she's going to get hit, so he goes in for the stun. While John's harassing, I'm still decoding triple pallet. All is almost done with hospital, and we're gonna rotate off that. John's still getting amazing saves and harassing. Pallet stunning, buying this mechanic a lot of time. And so you can see the mechanics still trying to loop, wait for the hunter, participating and getting waiting, anticipating a move. John's getting ready. John's trying to be careful. He doesn't want to get hooked, but he still gets the pallet stun. It buys her a lot of time to transition. Now, Mechanic's not leaving. Now, the reason why Mechanic shouldn't be leaving and stay here is because even though that he's wasting pallets and they're being dropped down, it is a really good kiting area, and it's away from everyone's cipher. So now Mechanic manages to dodge Blink, and she's gonna still trying to decode and harass. Mechanic ends up going down. John unfortunately misses the stun because of the game hook, and it kind of messes him over. So John's gonna say, I'm gonna bait. I'm like, okay, bait, so he can swing and I can lasso. So he's waiting for John. He thinks John's gonna stun, but little does John have any football. He swings. I get the lock on and pull. So now John said he's gonna go decode because he has no football. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll just carry the Mechanic. So I'm gonna carry Mechanic, and I have no broken windows, by the way. Keep in mind I'm running Tide Turner because we didn't have a second rescuer. So I'm gonna run Tide Turner. So now what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to run in the open on purpose, because if Gamekeeper hooks, he's gonna hook the Mechanic, knock me. Now you'll see what I'll do here. I wait for him to hook me. I'm gonna let her hook the Mechanic. Hook, instant lasso backwards. Get the Mechanic instead. Now you can do that with Gamekeeper, but be careful because if you do it too early, you will lasso over the Hunter instead of the Mechanic. Mechanic ends up going down here. So now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna be patient. I don't want to get hit because I'm a rescuer. So I'm gonna lock on. Building up the lock on. I get the lock on through the pallet. Throw. Gets the Mechanic. Alright, now I'm going to go back. Now I have to be careful because I still cannot get afford to get hit. I still have a little bit of lasso left. Ollie tries to help with the portal. I can't lasso because my lasso was on cooldown. So now I just got to do my best to harass. So you see him pick him up. I got too close for comfort and he ends up actually swinging at me. I should have anticipated it. And so I was going to lasso up. He predicts my drop. I flip over him and I'm out of lasso. So I need to leave. So now this is up to Ollie for Ollie to save. So now John's decoding ruins. Ollie is going to give himself a setup for the save, and Mechanic ends up struggling, probably because Mechanic had max struggle. So Mechanic ends up getting hooked, but funny, there's a portal. But Ollie takes the hit. So an eye for an eye, I guess. Anyway, John's finishing ruins. And I believe the Mechanic cipher is almost primed. The last cipher is primed. So Mechanic just needs to avoid getting hooked twice. She needs to avoid the hook. She does an amazing job avoiding the first hook. She needs to avoid the second and third hook. Runs right into it. Pop. And unfortunately she is dead. Not dead on chair, but I believe going to be put on chair due to pop. So Ollie's opening up front gate. I'm with Ollie. John's going to go to the back gate and get ready to maybe even save. So Gamekeeper's coming to us. So I'm telling John that you may have to go for save. You may have to go for save. I'm getting in towards the middle in case I need to save and harass, or maybe just save in general. So he's staying in the middle, Gamekeeper, and getting ready to either save or get ready to hook him off the gate. Always gates 80%. We're gonna go for it. Let's see. John is coming to the gate as well. The Mechanic ends up rescuing herself with her own robot in time, and this is ends up being a win. Now we'll move on to the next clip. Alrighty, this is my second gameplay that I'll be showing you guys. This is against Anne, and my duo right here is Numer. And so you see that the Hunter spawns no man's land, which means the king spawn was my spawn, which is Jack Gate. So right now, Schmitty is most hunters run this route. Schmitty was gonna get himself up ready for the kite. So you need to do is that Roland's going to rotate into middle. Schmitty's going to try to rotate, and so this is what the miscommunication happens, because he's on Schmitty, but Roland has his doll as factory, and Roland's trying to do his best job to hide from the Anne. But Anne's cat unfortunately ends up spotting Roland, so the Anne has a general idea where the Mechanic is. Now Schmitty does a beautiful owl and rotating the factory. And so what's going to happen is that either the Anne's going to chase Schmitty or leave. He ends up leaving for Roland. So now Roland's going to do his best job to kite over here where nobody's cipher is at, not her doll. And he's going to try to do his best to kite and buy as much time as possible. There's no owl, so whatever he ends up doing is whatever he ends up doing. So you see Numer is at sandbags, Mechanic's kiting, I'm at deep ruins, and Schmitty is doing the cipher at triple pallet. Or, my bad, or open middle. So Right here is where Mechanic is going to end up kiting, trying to mind game. Mechanic has to be careful because he does well slow. He doesn't want to end up taking the terror shock, so he ends up running away to no man's land. Now the hunter has the option to teleport away, continue. It's a mech, so he's going to tunnel. Roland knows that basement's there, so he cannot die there. So he's going to try to use his best ability to kite in this area. And does a nice job cutting off Roland with a wall mind game. Jumps, smacks, and Roland goes down. So now I'm telling Numer that I finished my cipher and I can't go for save. Since I told I don't have tie. So Numer gets the call out. He's going to pop a cipher and rotate for save. Schmitty's doing open middle. He's going to get pushed off the cipher because he's being harassed. So now Roland installs at factory. So we still need one more cipher after Schmitty and the doll pop their ciphers. Numer goes in for save. Now, it's coming in really clutch, and Numer notices that he will not get the save before half. So what he's going to do is that he knows if he gets up, that he's going to get some by the cats, so he ends up leaving. So what he's going to do is that he ends up getting some of the cats, and he realizes that he's not going to get the save before half. So he's not saving instantly. Now, Numer wanted to specify that he doesn't want to do the save instantly because he's risking a terror shock. So what's going to happen is that I hop in now, and I lasso. And now I'm just going to play support. I'm not going to try to get hit, but I'm going to play support. So I have broken windows, so what I'm going to do is try to mind game here. He ends up defaulting, smacks me because I'm right next to the window. So now I'm going to keep myself at a distance where I can lasso, but not be smacked. I cannot afford to go down. I have to stay alive and keep this king alive for 3 ciphers. Because there's bot, Schmitty's working on his cipher, and Numer's doing the last cipher. So now I am anticipating a stun. As soon as the cat stuns Roland, I need to lasso. But Roland does an amazing job out-kiting the cats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until he's trouble situation. So Roland goes in for the vaulting the window, and I lasso. So now I'm taking Roland to triple pallet, building distance, and I have to anticipate. I'm going to drop Roland. I cannot afford to be right next to Roland. It's an Ann. She'll just stun and smack Roland. Roland's still working on the cipher. I pick up the cat. I end up leaving. He ends up getting stunned. I lasso Roland, buying more time. He jumps. The cipher is 60. I need to do one last lasso to clutch this up. Numer's like, can you get one lasso in? I'm like, alright, I try. He ends up going for it. I get the lasso, I pull. Now he says, like, good job, that clutched up. So I'm dropping these pallets, building distance. Drop the pallet. And it's primed. Smacks. Pop. And now we're running away. Roland's going to make it way to factory. Numer tells me, oh, we're opening up front gate. Alright, I'm going to hit a front gate. Schmitty and them are opening it up. Roland's going to try to do his best to do a last game kite. He needs to survive for a while for us to open up our gates and leave. Now Roland gets smacked. Now this Ann doesn't want to risk losing, so what she's going to do is she's going to teleport to the gate. Now Numer's at the gate and safe. But for me, unfortunately, I get caught in crossfire and I cannot leave. Now this Ann's smart because she knows if I lasso over the Ann, she will just get the cast and just hop on me and clutch gate. So what I'm going to do is do my best ability to buy as much time as possible for Roland to get up. So I'm just going to loop here, try to buy as much time as possible. I'm going to probably get sandwich. I bought and I go back. This Ann's being really patient and waiting. So I'm going to just try my best to kite here as best as possible. I can't. She jumps, my bad, and ends up hitting me. So now Roland's going to try to make a way to the gate. Roland unfortunately ends up getting catted as soon as he gets picked up. So he cannot leave. So now what Roland needs to do is buy as much time as possible for me so I can get up. So now Numer is saying that, I'm asking Numer, do you know where Hatch is? He's like, your best bet is to check Shack once you get up. And I'm like, alright, I'll check Shack. So he ends up smacking Roland. Roland's down. Roland's dead on chair, so I told Numer to leave. I can look for Hatch. I get up. He's going to end up cheering Roland. And I'm going to Shack looking for the Hatch. Fortunately, I'm a bot. And I'm like looking around. And I'm trying to look in the distance to see. Because this hatch spot is really hard to see from a distance. They need to fix that. It's super hard to see. So I'm like, it's not there. It's not here. I'm out of luck. And Numer's like, he's going straight for you. I'm just like, Numer, just leave, dude. Like, it's not here. And I hear it open. I'm like, oh, wait. Actually, it is here. I'm an idiot. I end up clutching dungeon. And that ends up being a win.